This is so funny, guys. So right now, Meghan is killing it. She's so successful. The success with her business as ever. We already know the orange marmalade sold out. You guys are going wild about that. I've seen, so much excitement brewing about that. And Netflix show, she's now entered top 10 in the US, in Sri Lanka, in Australia, and I know more countries are going to be lining up just in a matter of time, right? So the leftover roles, no one has been paying attention to them, especially Bullion and Mumbles. No one has paid any attention to them, and they hate that. They hate that Meghan is everywhere. They look to the left, it's Meghan. They look to the right, it's Meghan. Whether you're writing negative things or positive, Meghan is literally dominating. So they've decided to give their opinion, which by the way, no one asked, to voice their so-called opinion in regards to the show. And it's so funny. So here's what they say. So Meghan Sussex Netflix comeback snapped by royals. Palace has far bigger priorities. Experts. The fact that they came out to say that, it makes it so funny. That tells me that they are watching. Because if you have way bigger priorities, why are you briefing the press that you're not interested in the show? If you're not interested in the show, you just go on with the day, right? You don't focus on it. You're like, okay, I'm not interested in it. But you had to give your opinion or you voice whatever your concerns. It's okay. We're not watching. We have they have far bigger priority. Let me tell you something, guys. You cannot convince me. Kate has not watched With Love Meghan. I'm telling you, that is the hill I'm willing to die on. You cannot convince me that copycat Kate, has not watched With Love Meghan. And in fact, I'm sure she has the staff looking at all the wardrobe. Do you know how good Meghan's fashion was in season 2? To a point, the Daily Mail was selling her fashion pieces and begging for commission, like wanting fans to buy the pieces through those affiliate links so that they can get commissions. And you had Vogue magazine praising the fashion. New York Times praised her fashion, sense in the show. So Kate has the assistants there telling her, run these outfits down. So in 2-3 months, we're going to see her sporting the same exact, outfits. You cannot convince me William, who is so obsessed with his sister-in-law, has not watched that show, hasn't watched With Love Meghan. Or I can bet my life that Carmilla probably is somewhere, with a stash of Meghan's rosé. I am so convinced. And of course, she has tried the recipes. She has said, hey, can you make that one-pot pasta that Meghan made? Please do it. They're looking at the recipes. Netflix put out the recipes. If you're interested, you can check the recipes that were in the show. So there's no way. This is so funny that they have far more better priorities. What did they say again? What priorities? They have far bigger priorities. And then people are like, bigger priorities? What? Vacationing? Moving to another mansion? That is what you call? If that is what you call bigger priorities, well then, so be it. No one is fighting with you on that. That's what they're telling her. You cannot convince us that these leftover royals have not watched it. And let's say they have not watched it. Who cares? Are they the target audience? If they have not watched it, right? Let's say they haven't, right? Has Meghan been somehow affected because they've not watched it? Has Meghan been affected because they've not watched it? Has Netflix stopped streaming it because the leftover royals have not watched it? Have you guys stopped watching it because the leftover royals have not watched it? It's somehow they think if they don't watch, somehow it's going to have an impact on With Love Meghan and not dominating charts. So the fact that they've run to the press to claim how they have bigger priorities, that they are not interested in it with Love Meghan, that just tells me everything I need to know. That these idiots watched, these clowns watched, and they liked it. They loved it. That's one thing I'm convinced about. They loved it, they liked it, and they're writing this recipes. I'm sure William already told Kate, hey, you need to find people to make me some of that one-pot pasta or whatever, or the lobster. And I'm sure they enjoyed it. They may not come out. The fact that they literally ran to the media to say they are not watching, they're interested in other things, that tells me everything. Then, in fact, I'm sure they even rewatched it again, especially William. William must be somewhere in the room with his phone, or just like watching, just hiding watching. Kate has the assistants, writing down all these fashion ideas for Meghan. Then we're going to spot her next time she's in the public. It's like, oh, Meghan has her hair this way. Oh, Meghan has this jewelry. Oh, Meghan, look. Oh, I want that. I want that. I want that. There's no way. Kate cannot stop copying. Like, she just itches to copy. And how better, which other way than to watch With Love Meghan and see everything she wore. So anyway, let me show you what the internet has said about this, because it was funny. So Sussex Soldier says, we know the copycats, especially Mumble, did watch With Love Meghan season 2 all episodes so that Mumble can copy Meghan's clothes, shoes, words, etc. Bigger priorities. We all know that the what the royal priorities are. Prince Harry and Meghan, absolutely. Meghan is a global icon, says, pretty sure Copy Kate is watching all and taking notes on how to copy everything. 100%. Someone says, so busy they took time to leak their thoughts to the media. I know, right? They had to leak their thoughts in the media. That's how busy they are. Diane says, the priorities are being on constant vacations or watching sporting events and then calling it work events. They are a waste of taxpayers' money, which will be spent on much better things for the public. Kay says, notice that they write a whole ass article about Harry, Meghan, and With Love Meghan season 2, but not a word about Palace's bigger priorities. They really expect us to believe that? What a joke. So the cat bagler says, last season they said they were watching closely. Stop. Amy says, okay, great, they didn't watch, and so what? The world continues to spin, right? The world did not stop. Deborah says, bigger priorities? I know. That's the funny part. Billy says, yeah, they actively follow her on social media and have Kensington Palace interns keeping an obsessive eye on her. The Sussexes and their friends, they can't help themselves. Of course, they watched With Love Meghan, but are too dumb and stupid to admit it. Me says, the show wasn't meant for those royal losers and they have to focus on the divorce between William and Kate. Had Kate got a house in the settlement? Anna says, they have and are watching. Very true. Said says, I'm sure that WhatsApp with the Palace and Rota is on fire right now. Meghan's given them enough content to drip feed and tear apart till the next season. Very true. Truth says, oh my god, they just want to have the last word in this delusion. They have cough cough. We have bigger priorities to do, meaning they have to kick out the neighbors for privacy, so it's easier to do nothing. Or is it camping inside British media to publish vindictive headlines? Supak says, who cares about the royals snubbing With Love Meghan, as if they do bring anything extra to watching Meghan's show. So let the royals shut the F up. DJ says, no one cares. Why do we need to know this? Did she send them a cordial invitation to watch? Bexy says, so there's an expert now on what TV shows the royals watch. Do they hear themselves? Rose says, were they the target audience? I know, right? Were they? Jasmine says, King Charles watched. Very true. Z says, it would be funny if Kate didn't know her staff are all watching it and dressing her in Meghan's clothes 2 months later. I'm sure she's the one even picking the ones she wants, to mimic. Dana says, very true. Clear translation of royal family have no time to watch or read anything of Harry and Meghan is, we watch and read every single thing but pretend we don't. Beamer says, they are on WhatsApp talking about each episode right now. Very true. And they're tearing it down in their WhatsApp. Anyway, guys, tell me what you think about this entire story. Remember to like and share this video. I'm around. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.